This my two Satoshis. This my two Satoshis. Who need 2 cents when they can get double from stacking Toshis? Yeah.
It's your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis, the crypto news edition. Look, we've got a lot to talk about. It's been a couple days since doing a video. We're seeing a lot of support by the bulls at the $55,000 marker for Bitcoin. I'll talk about that from a technical standpoint. I also want to talk about crypto.com. It has been on a tear up like 356% over the last week or so. Crazy returns. I know many of my old school longtime subscribers remember I was a strong advocate of the CRO token. Used to be MCO token. They did a whole conversion and everything over to the CRO as a rebrand, but that token is doing very well. For those of you who remember that and have been accumulating those over the years, you are doing very well right now. And I want to touch on what Mark Cuban said about crypto.com. Now the face of the Staples Center, the LA Sports Arena, is now renamed to crypto.com. Shout out to my people over at crypto.com. I had a nice long relationship with them for many years. Definitely a come up for them. I think it was the largest crypto deal, like branding deal ever. So we're going to take a look at how much that deal was, what this means for the company, the CRO token, and just crypto in general. And in addition to that, worth mentioning here, El Salvador, you know, a lot of things are going on when it comes to cryptos and the adoption of cryptos, more specific Bitcoin down in El Salvador. I just saw my man Max Kaiser and Stacy taking pictures down in El Salvador. You got Brock Pierce down there. A lot of heavy hitters are trying to really grow that ecosystem since we've seen the government really jump on board. But the El Salvadorian government is looking to make a Bitcoin city out there in the country. I'll give you some details on that. And then lastly, I want to touch on Sweden. They are looking to do what China has done in attacking the crypto mining industry. I'm going to give you the details on this and why I think this is going to be a growing trend and will eventually make all proof of work coins very unattractive. So think about that and what allocation of the coins you have in your portfolio are proof of work, because that could have an impact long term in your portfolio's performance. As you guys may know, EOS Detroit, the blockchain infrastructural company that I'm heading, we're all about not messing with proof of work coins for this very reason. The carbon footprint that you see with these coins are astronomical, and if you scale that, it's going to be even crazier. We'll talk about this in today's episode, why proof of work coins are going to essentially be dead very soon, in the next 10 years. Maybe not very soon, I'm kind of being hyperbolic there, but all three articles coming up on today's episode of My Two Satoshis. Let's get it. But before we start, if you guys find these types of videos informative, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. And don't forget, get over to bityard.com. I got a link in the description below. You guys should really take advantage of this mystery box promo they got going on right now. You got prizes like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, Shiba, and even NFTs available. All you gotta do is sign up and start trading. Fund your account and begin trading, and then you start unlocking the mystery boxes, and each goal or marker you hit, they drop more mystery boxes in your account. So definitely take a look at that. You got nothing to lose really, and Bityard is one of the better exchanges that I've been with over 3 years. Let's take a look at the heat map before we get into the swing of things. It is a green day. As I stated at the beginning, the bulls are defending that $55,000 marker on Bitcoin. So we're seeing a bounce up in today's market activity to the upside. And we have, just show you technically, remember I drew this, I'm gonna go ahead and go full screen here. 3 strikes, you're out. We did see the last trend line broken on Bitcoin back on November of this month. So now we're seeing a double bottom here, and that is decently positive news for us. However, I'm still convinced that we might go ahead and touch the $52,000 marker on Bitcoin. That'll put us right here. This is the next area of resistance, or I should say support for us. It was previous resistance, new support for us in the markets. So this line right here, I think, is ultimately where we'll probably end up, and then do a nice bounce off of there and maybe start a new wave up. That's where I think we are in the technicals. And of course, wherever Bitcoin goes, unfortunately, that's where the altcoins go, right? So really quickly, I want to touch on what's going on in El Salvador. You know, this story is always evolving. So it looks like now the country is looking to create a Bitcoin city. So they have plans to construct a Bitcoin city funded by the cryptocurrency. The country's president announced on Saturday this past weekend. They said they're here. The city will be built near the Conchagua volcano in East El Salvador and will have no taxes except for value added tax. That's the VAT tax that you see many European countries use, which is a levy on goods and services. What do you guys think about that? I really think that we should be looking at a VAT tax here in the United States. That's never been something we've been able to implement, because the current system to me is just you get triple and quadruply taxed on everything that we do in the economy. So you know, really, you get taxed on your income, right? Whatever income you make, you get taxed at the store for things that you purchase. You get taxed in gas. You get taxes all over the place. A VAT tax or a flat tax to me seems a better route. Let me know what you think. But that's the direction that El Salvador is going with this new Bitcoin city. In addition to that, El Salvador plans to raise about $1 billion through its Bitcoin bond. The country plans to partner with Blockstream, a digital asset infrastructure company, to raise the funds, half of which will be used to buy Bitcoin. That's interesting. So I wanted to give you guys a heads up on what's going on out in El Salvador. That's pretty good news in my opinion, though I'm still of the camp that believes that having Bitcoin be your currency is probably not the right move. It is definitely a reserve currency in my book, not taking anything away from that. The market believes it's a reserve currency as well, so I'm not taking anything away from that. But I just think the Bitcoin city and maybe only using Bitcoin for commerce and stuff, I don't know. You guys, I know I got a lot of flack in previous videos on that, but it just is what it is in my opinion. I still stand by what I say when it comes to Bitcoin being a reserve currency, not so much a crypto for everyday use. But anyhow, we've got crypto.com arena now. This is major right here, ladies and gents. I know my old school and longtime subscribers know that I've been really advocating for crypto.com for many years. I was really talking about the debit card they had, and it's really a lot of great perks by using that card. So I'll leave a link in the description so you can sign up for crypto.com. It looks like they have sealed a massive deal with the Staples Center, and it's worth $700 million. This is the biggest deal that has taken place in the crypto space since its inception from a marketing standpoint. And with this news, we've seen a tear in the price of CRO tokens. I mean, look at it. It's 86 cents, I think, even today, a little higher than where you see on this chart. But Mark Cuban also is approving this move. He thinks this is brilliant. Companies like FTX, we got the FTX Center in Miami. I'll be down there next week. I hope you guys are there for the NFT Basel and Decentral conference, and I'll be there for Art Basel. Hit me up if you guys are down there. But the FTX Center, that is a crypto exchange, you guys know. Now we got crypto.com taking over the Staples Center. This is big news, and it only brings cryptos to the conscience of more people, millions and millions of more people, and they will ultimately end up saying, hey, what's crypto.com? Go check it out, sign up, start buying crypto. So that is going to spur even more money into the crypto space. So I think this is an excellent move for us in the space and an excellent move for crypto.com. $700 million deal. Don't know over how many years. I don't know how that all works, but it just shows you that this is the right space to be in. You need to be in this space. The only thing that Mark Cuban has bad to say about this deal is that crypto.com is not in the United States, but you can't blame them. You have to blame the United States and their legislation on crypto. It's antiquated. It needs to be updated, and we're going to lose more and more companies to countries overseas because it just doesn't make sense for companies to operate in the United States. So we'll have to see if that changes. Normally, a country that has gained its power under a certain regime, under a certain monetary structure, is the last to move and pivot to a new structure because it doesn't benefit them first. We'll see what happens, but definitely Mark Cuban, loving what he's seeing with crypto.com. I am as well, but he just feels like the only problem is, unlike the early days of the internet where all of those .com companies were pretty much US based, he's saying that because of the uncertainty in crypto regulation, you've got some of these companies based outside of the United States run by Americans. So he's kind of taking a shot at crypto.com. But hey, it is what it is. I mean, you got a fiduciary responsibility to do the best thing for your stakeholders, whether they're public or private. That's what you have to do. If you got to do it, you got to do it. I mean, I would move our company outside the United States if we saw regulation like from the infrastructure bill. It seems like they're going to be changing stuff in that bill, but if they start implementing stuff and it looks like it's going to actually go into law by 2024, then those are things that we have to consider for sure. So just interesting to see his take on that. I mean, he has to understand that that's only the smart thing to do in business. And so lastly, I want to talk about what the Swedish are saying about the crypto mining industry, and they're looking to actually ban the whole industry. So a hedge fund manager says they're completely misinformed. The claim that Bitcoin miners jeopardize the electricity network is completely misinformed, this one fund manager said. But it looks like a Swedish financial watchdog is calling for the EU to widely ban proof of work crypto mining, mainly known as the method of minting new Bitcoin. And there are other coins that use proof of work, Litecoin, Dogecoin, and the list is very long. Thousands of coins use proof of work, and there are some benefits of it, but you got to start thinking about in your portfolio, what's your risk or exposure to proof of work coins, because they are unsustainable at a scalable level, in my opinion. So I think you should definitely go through your portfolio, see which coins, and I'm talking long term, not like short term speculative stuff. Short term, nothing makes sense. Everything can go up for no reason at all. How many coins in your portfolio are proof of work versus proof of stake or delegated proof of stake, which is what I specialize in. Coins like Telos, Wax, EOS, even Tezos. We don't do anything with Tezos, but Tezos is delegated proof of stake. Those coins are even more energy efficient than proof of stake coins. So look into those and look into other consensus models and get ahead of the curve, because you're going to see countries continually clamp down on proof of work coins, I believe. So, and the issue with, how as far as Bitcoin, in nature it's more decentralized, so it doesn't have like a lobby to defend its interests or negotiate with governments. But the environmental footprint or impact of Bitcoin mining was definitely a major conversation at United Nations Climate Change Conference. But to the contrary, people will say, Bitcoin miners are also looking for other ways for energy sources. I know a buddy of mine in Texas is dealing with, using some of the overflow of energy, like in gas and such, to use for Bitcoin mining, so it doesn't really affect as much. Even nuclear is an option. Nuclear powered mining operations can possibly be a less carbon footprint operation for some of these individuals, but it can never compete with a proof of stake or delegated proof of stake network. It just simply can't. I think DPS coins and networks are 77,000% more energy efficient than Bitcoin's network. I don't care what they do. They can start mining on the moon. They will never get to the efficiency of a delegated proof of stake or even proof of stake consensus model. I'm just telling you how it is being in the industry. Think about de-risking or reallocating some of your portfolio so that you're not so heavy on proof of work coins. Just something to think about. Let me know your thoughts about proof of work coins. Do you think they're going to basically be regulated out of existence for the most part? Maybe Bitcoin being the last to stand because it was the originator. Let me know in the comments below. I definitely want to hear and have that conversation with you regarding proof of work coins. Found this video informative. You guys make sure you thumbs up, share the video, and comment. Let me know your thoughts about all three articles today. And don't forget, get over to bityard.com. Sign up, start trading, get you one of those mystery boxes. You may get it lucky. You may hit it lucky and get you some nice bags of cryptos or NFTs, Shiba Inu, Bitcoins, Ethereum. Who knows? I don't know what you'll get. You got to get over to bityard.com to find out what you can get. You can't get nothing if you don't sign up, right? It's your boy Crypto Blood. That's my two Satoshis. I'm out of here. How?